And I got to tell you, Mike, like I also knew very well if I didn't achieve that and if we didn't increase the audience, bro, I expected to get fired. From a business point of view, they're doing a phenomenal job, okay? From a creative point of view, they're not. This is a grown 41-year-old adult playing with action figures.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he wants the door open for anything in the future. What do you really think it could happen with Punk, whether it's retiring and doing whatever Punk wants to do with his life, or at least having one last run with WWE?
I'm not like these wrestling dirt sheet marks who are on the phone 24. I could give a shit what's
like your buddy Meltzer.
Oh my God, I could give a shit what these guys do or don't do. Okay.
Hola mi gente, aquí estamos 100% Wrestling Podcast con una entrevista muy especial aquí para ustedes y vamos a estar hablando con uno de los grandes en cuestión de buqueo de la lucha libre en general, el señor Vince Russo. Vince, thank you for being here with us. We're going to be talking today about everything that's going on in the wrestling world, because right now, in a way, especially online, wrestling is hot. It may not show in the ratings in some aspects, but it's really hot right now. And you are one of the biggest minds that's ever been in the business. So we want to just pick your brain and see what you want to talk about. Thank you very much, Vince, for being here with us, and say hi to everybody in Latin America.
Yes, hello, Latin America. Hello, Mike. I am very, 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 very happy to be here. But Mike, it's, I agree with you that wrestling is hot. But from my point of view, wrestling is hot within the niche community that watches it. And, you got to understand when I first started writing for the WWE, and bro, this was my goal from WWE to WCW to TNA. One goal and one goal only. Get as many people to watch this show as possible. And I got to tell you, Mike, like I also knew very well if I didn't achieve that and if we didn't increase the audience, bro, I expected to get fired. I mean, no doubt about it. Vince McMahon put me in that spot because I thought I could get us more viewers. He believed in me. And I knew darn well, if I don't increase the numbers, you need to fire me. And I was 100% good with that. So I agree with you, bro. It's hot within the community that's watching it. But outside of that community, bro, it's ice cold. Because the casual fans, bro, are not watching wrestling. And the numbers will tell you that.
Now, let me ask you this, because we talk about a lot in our podcast where after SummerSlam to Royal Rumble, it's like we call it tiempo muerto, which is like the stories are never really that good between that time frame, right? They even have a lot of transitional champions, right? Within, especially in WWE and specifically. So is it because of all the sports going on at the same time when it comes to that? Because and I understand Attitude Era. Look, I'm an Attitude Era kid. I watch everything you wrote in Attitude Era and everything, and all year was hot. But we have MLB,
Mike,
NFL.
Mike, listen to me. We always had MLB. We always had NFL. We were competing against the same things. I'm going to tell you, bro, what Vince McMahon told me almost 30 years ago. This is what Vince McMahon said. And Mike, this has not changed till today. And forget the Attitude Era, Mike. I'm talking television. Mm-hmm. I'm talking good TV. This has nothing to do with Attitude Era, anything I wrote. I'm talking good television. And I will always go back to what Vince McMahon said. Bro, if it's good, they'll watch it. It's that simple. Mike, here's the bottom line. When, I get paid to watch Raw. So that's the only reason I watch Raw. If I didn't get paid to watch Raw, I would watch no television. Okay? Mike, when I'm watching Raw on a Monday night, I can't wait for it to end. Now, if it were a good show, I would be sitting at the edge of my seat. I would want more and more and more and more. it's not a good television show. So this has nothing to do with Attitude Era. It's sports season, NBA. It has nothing to do with any of that, bro. This is about television. And to casual fans, if it's good, they'll watch it. If it's not good, bro, they're going to change the channel. It's really, and that's not just wrestling. I mean, that's anything. I mean, that's any show you put on television.
Now, do you think with Raw, but let's talk about Raw. You say you get paid to watch Raw because you do a review the next day on your podcast, right?
Yes.
So do you feel like Monday Night Raw specifically has very lazy booking?
Very lazy booking. And listen, Mike, all this makes sense. People have to understand, bro, you got to separate the financials from the creative. Mm-hmm. Because financially, Mike, on a business point of view, bro, they are doing phenomenal business. Nick Khan has made great deals, bro. He made great deals with Saudi and the streaming rights. And then, now they get bought over by Endeavor, so there's more money involved. Bro, from a business point of view, they're doing a phenomenal job, okay? From a creative point of view, they're not. But you got to think about this from a logical standpoint. Bro, if they're making that much money and the show is not good, why would they put any more effort into it? It's like in sports, Mike. I don't know if you're a sports guy.
Yeah.
But if I have a football team that's 0-16 and all our home games, bro, they're selling out every freaking home game.
The Cowboys.
Why would I try to improve anything?
It's like the Cowboys or the Knicks. They're always going to sell at Madison Square Garden no matter how bad they are, right?
Yes. But you would think, Mike, to me, my answer to that would be, because of who I am, my answer to that would be pride. If my name is attached to this television show, I want to make sure that this show is the best it absolutely can be. But it's not about that. It's about money and bottom line. And as long as they're making all this cash, they're not going to change anything. And bro, if you think I'm wrong, mm-hmm. Fox just decided not to re-sign the WWE. Why? Because they weren't drawing the ratings that Fox was paying for. And bro, Fox was such a valuable tool to them, bro. All the ads they were getting during the NFL. Oh my God, bro. Fox was promoting them out the wazoo. Yep. I was recently reading an article or an interview with Eric Bischoff, who was involved around that time they made the deal. And Eric said that they were really expecting the WWE 5 to 6 million people watching the show. Bro, they wound up with a little over 2 million people.
Mm-hmm. 2.3 maybe.
2.2, 2.3. So what does that tell you, bro? That tells you, to the casual television viewer, this was a show they didn't want to watch.
And we can't put in the excuse where a lot of people like to look at the excuse of streaming. Yes, streaming is the big thing. People rarely watch television, but football still gets 12 million viewers. They get 10 million viewers. You know what I mean? NBA gets a bunch of viewers. So and sports also gets views.
Yeah, and also, Mike, streaming numbers are going down. They are going down because what happened was, bro, all of a sudden there's all these streaming services. Now everybody's raising their prices. And if you look at the numbers, bro, streaming services are starting to lose customers. People are actually going back to basic cable.
There you go. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about, now we already talked about how WWE is running their things. Let's go to the other side of the pond. Let's go talk about AEW. I've been very critical in a way with AEW because of the things that, you say yourself, where they're really just catering to that small niche of wrestling fans, the hardcore wrestling fans, right? And they never really try to branch out to get the casual fans in. What do you think is going on there with AEW when it comes to that, where they just want to stay with the 800K they're getting?
Yeah, that's a real simple one, Mike. And listen, man, it's very hard when people like you and me have an AEW discussion because, Mike, I look at everything as a business. Okay. So if I am the owner of AEW, at the end of the day, I want to make as much money as I possibly can. But that's not what Tony Khan's all about. And that's why it's hard for us to understand, why doesn't Tony do this? Why doesn't Tony do that? Why doesn't Tony do this? It's really simple, bro. Tony Khan, his dad, he's a billionaire. This is not about the money. He's not doing this for the money. He's doing this. This is a passion play, bro. Tony will be the first one to tell you, I was in F federations when I was 5 years old and this, that, and the other thing. This is a grown 41-year-old adult playing with action figures. And he loves it, bro. And he loves the attention, and he loves the attention he's getting from the community, and they're constantly putting him over and AEW over. It's almost like a drug for him, bro. So it has nothing to do with the money. So he's not going to try to improve the show to get more people to watch the show. But it's going to be interesting again, Mike, because when their deal is up with TBS and TNT, what are TBS and TNT going to do once they look at the numbers? Bro, you got to understand, the very first episode, Mike, of Dynamite did 1.4 million people. In October, this month, bro, it's been 4 years.
4 years.
Bro, they've never topped that number. So the network doesn't care that Tony's playing with his action figures and Tony Khan is. They don't care about that. All they care about is how many people is watching the show, just like Fox, bro. And that's why Fox wasn't interested in renewing the deal.
So SmackDown is going to be moved apparently to USA, correct?
Yes, from what I understand. Yeah.
Raw and NXT are in the same boat where they're probably looking for a new home also, right?
Yes.
So what do you think about the possibility of, hey, there's a possibility Raw and NXT are going to be moved from Mondays?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about that move if WWE decides to do that? And if they do, they're going to end up probably, what if they go on a Wednesday with Dynamite?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, to be honest with you, bro, if it were me, I'm going to do what I think is going to be the best thing for the show. I'm going to do where is the best place I think I could get as many viewers as possible. So if they think moving off Monday night is the answer and moving to another night, then, that's what they should do, because that's what I would be looking at. What night would draw us the most amount of viewers, and I would be interested in moving to that night.
That's very interesting, because Raw's been Monday night for 30
years. I agree, bro. I listen, man, outside of necessity, if Raw was drawing, I don't think anybody would think about moving it off of Monday night. But, bro, kind of in a way, they're running away from Monday Night Football, when our attitude back in the day was, bro, we're going to take Monday Night Football head on, man.
There was commercials.
Yeah, man, head on. We're going to take Monday Night Football. So there is kind of a feeling like if they move off Mondays, it kind of feels a little bit like they're running away from Monday Night Football.
That's what I see. That's what they said when NXT left Wednesdays, right? And they went to Tuesdays. They were running from AEW. But let's go ahead and talk about something that's really hot right now, and it's the talent that is going from AEW to WWE and now WWE to AEW. What are your thoughts? Specifically, there's 3 people I want to talk about. One got fired like 2 months ago from AEW, and the other 2, Jade Cargill just jumped to WWE, hasn't debuted yet, but is being promoted already in WWE TV, and Adam Copeland Edge just past week debuted in AEW at Wrestle Dream, and then he came out on Dynamite. And then the CM Punk situation, we're going to leave it for last, so we could go ahead. So let's talk about Jade Cargill going to WWE. What's your thoughts on that? And Adam Copeland Edge jump into AEW? What's your thoughts?
Bro, again, I'm going to say it again, and nobody likes to hear what I have to say. It doesn't.
Well, we do. We have you.
Yeah, Mike, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The same people are going to be on the show regardless of who you're moving back and forth, because you've turned this into a niche business. I think Jade Cargill is a freak of nature, bro. I especially when it comes to the women, bro. I love like strong, athletic. Like I love that. You know, the Bianca Belairs. Like I love that. But first of all, bro, they somehow, some way forgot how to make stars. So eventually there's going to be a big buzz when Jade Cargill comes to the WWE. Bro, over the course of a year, she's just going to be another name on the roster. That's all she's going to be. And she should be more than that. She is an attraction, man. She should be superstar status. As far as Adam Copeland, bro, we just saw the numbers this week. He debuted, he came out on Sunday night, and they had less people watching the show this week than last week. So you can keep shuffling these players back and forth, bro. You've got the same audience. So nothing's really going to change unless you make concerted efforts into how do we get those casual fans back.
Well, NXT actually beat them in ratings on Tuesday. They did higher numbers than Dynamite did on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah.
And we're talking about, you know, Adam Copeland Edge, where, you know, all these titles and all this Grand Slam and all of these things, where at the end of the day, you're still taking a 49-year-old, almost 50-year-old star into your new product where you're supposed to be having all these young cats and all of these things. So it's not everybody's going to jump ship to just see one person, especially when the person that was giving you decent numbers was Punk.
Well, yeah, because what you got to look at, Mike, see, bro, you know, again, bro, we've got to change our mindset, and we got to keep constantly reminding ourselves, Tony Khan doesn't care about the money. Bro, God knows what he paid Adam Copeland, and good for Adam Copeland. But, bro, if I'm Tony Khan and I am thinking about money, here's the first thing I'm looking at. Bro, when Edge was on Raw on his last run, there wasn't a bump in ratings.
No, and he wasn't being used, correct? He wasn't being in great storylines either.
Right, exactly. But when he appeared, the numbers were not going up. So now if I'm Tony Khan, before I sign that check for $2 million a year, $3 million a year, whatever it is, that is the first thing I'm going to look at. The first thing I'm going to look at is, well, if he wasn't drawing there in his last run, why is he going to draw here? And I mean, bro, the dude's got Sting on the roster. Sting is just another name on the roster. Moxley is just another name on the roster. So, you know, like I said, bro, until you concentrate on expanding that audience, these numbers are not changing.
Okay, so we've talked about many times about expanding the audience, bringing in that casual fans. And we know Tony Khan doesn't give a shit about bringing casual fans, right? Because
yes,
if I'm not mistaken, I even asked him that same question in one of the media scrums in 2022, and he didn't really even know how to answer it.
Right.
You know, that's just the truth. What would you do to bring casual fans into the AEW product that they have right now? Because at the end of the day, how do you bring the casual fans? It's with the talent that you have, right?
Real simple. It's really simple, Mike. We are at the same exact place that we were at before the Attitude Era started. Okay. And here's where we were. Before I started writing and those numbers really started going down, this is about 94, 95, 96. Okay, bro. And I was working there. And what I was seeing, bro, was the product they were putting on TV was not relatable to the real world. I call it the wrestling bubble. And they basically were presenting wrestling as if it were 1970 and 1980. And bro, the casual fans just were way past that. In other words, bro, time passed the WWE by. So the first thing I said to Vince, very first thing is, bro, we got to bring this product up to speed. We need to mirror society. You gotta mirror society. What is the feel of society right now? What is their temperature? What is making them tick? What are they interested in? What are the hot buttons? And that's exactly what we did, bro. It was not rocket science. It's the same thing, bro. AEW, WWE, we are back in that wrestling bubble. And the world has passed you by, and casual fans look at your product, bro, and they laugh at you. Mike, I'll give you something this simple. This freaking simple, Mike. Mike, do you watch Raw?
Yeah, I have to.
Okay, Mike, this simple. This is how far they've gone to, like, just writing it in and not giving a shit. This is how far they've gone. So, bro, we got a storyline going with Seth Rollins and Nakamura.
Yeah.
About a month ago, Nakamura tells Seth, I know about your back. Then Seth tells the story. Yeah, man, I do have some issues. If, one bad bump, whatever. Okay, so that's the storyline.
Yeah.
So now we go to last week's Raw. Seth is cutting a promo, and he even mentions his wife. Okay? So what happens, Mike? Here comes Nakamura from behind, starts waylaying on Seth Rollins, on his back with a chair, waylaying him. Now remember, Seth Rollins himself has said, I am one back injury away from my career being over. He's waylaying. Seth is selling his ass off, okay? That segment is over. Bro, they immediately go to the back with Tegan Knox and Becky Lynch, and Becky made no reference to what just happened. That's what I'm talking about, Mike. Because a casual fan like me, just like I'm watching the show, I'm looking.
The first thing should have been Becky coming through the curtain and being like, "What's going on? What happened?
Yeah, oh my God, bro! Yeah, she should have hit the ring. I mean, she should have hit the ring and, like, put her body over her husband. But now they go back to her. No reference to it. So the casual fan at home is saying, do you not care about your freaking This is what I'm talking about, bro.
I can't believe that just passed me by.
Oh my God, Mike.
That's how bad Raw is sometimes. Of
course, because you're numb to all this shit. But casual wrestling fans are putting their wife in that spot. Oh my God, bro. If that were me, would you not come to my aid? So that's the answer, bro. They got to break that freaking wrestling bubble and bring reality into the product, bro. The whole bro, their ratings would be double right now if they played the Buck, the Omega, the CM Punk angle right. Do you not think I wouldn't have played that out on TV? What are you freaking kidding me? Bro, Karen Angle cheated on Kurt, was with Jeff, and what did we do, bro? We played it out on TV, and we had 2 million viewers. Come on, bro.
They made money. Edge and Matt Hardy made money with what happened with Lita. So
right.
It's things that I think that's where I feel like they dropped the ball. They didn't want to have that negative press with Punk, and then the Bucks and Omega didn't want to do business with Punk. So with that being said, let's go into the little Punk bubble at this moment, where now it's like a lot of people are like, well, Punk, he got fired from AEW and he was the draw, in the bubble, right? But the rumors are going rampant. Maybe, possibly WWE. You would know more about this than I would, because you're more in people around where you probably heard maybe not. No way in hell he's gonna be. There's a lot of people in WWE that have said, I will never go back to WWE, and at the end of the day, they're back, or they've been back. San Martino, Warrior, Bret Hart, they've all came back no matter what has happened in WWE. But Punk at this moment could be like, okay, maybe not. Maybe he wants the door open for anything in the future. What do you really think it could happen with Punk, whether it's retiring and doing whatever Punk wants to do with his life, or at least having one last run with WWE?
I got to tell you, Mike, I don't. I'm looking at it the other way around, and Mike, I have no inside information. I'm not like these wrestling dirt sheet marks who are on the phone 24. I could give a shit what's
like your buddy Meltzer.
Oh my God, I could give a shit what these guys do or don't do. Okay, but looking at the situation for me, I think Punk would go back. You know, him personally, I don't think they'd have him back. And bro, for the same reasons that I'm telling you, all the money that company is making right now. And bro, we know there's baggage there with Triple H. And, you know, there was a lot of people they didn't get along with. Why do they need to bring him back? You know, they're going to make the same exact money they're going to make with him or without him. And especially now, bro, they're looking at Adam Copeland going to AEW and that not moving the needle at all. Now, don't get me wrong, bro. It's not just about television ratings. You know, Punk will sell a ton of merch and he'll sell tickets to events and shit like that. But right now, bro, they're in a situation where they don't need a CM Punk.
No, that's interesting to hear, because, you know, there's a lot of fans that are like, well, just to get back at Tony Khan.
No, they don't care about
it. So you don't think that even though Adam Copeland going to AEW, do you think WWE does not really see AEW still
absolutely
as competition
not.
or threat?
Absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not.
You know, because now next week is gonna be NXT versus Dynamite, right? At the on a Tuesday, and WWE went ahead and okay, Cena's gonna be there, Cody's gonna be there, Asuka's gonna be there, Paul Heyman's gonna be there. You know what I mean? So I saw a post and they were like, oh, if you think now that AEW is not competition for WWE, look what they're doing on NXT on Tuesday on the same night.
Right.
And in the same post I saw, is like, well, if you have a mosquito try to bite your arm and you squash it, they're not competition, but you want to squash it. You know?
Yeah, I mean? Exactly, Mike. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm reading all that stuff too, and I'm like, bro, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, all these people work for you. You know, they are at your fingertips. You could bring anybody you want on the show. Why not do that to kind of just remind AEW and who's the boss? I mean, why not do that? I think they would be stupid to not be doing that, bro.
I mean, and AEW has established stars. We're talking about now they have Copeland, they got Jericho, they got Adam Cole. Now they have their only real established star from AEW is MJF, which is their champ, is doing a fantastic job with his reign right now with all the stuff that he's doing. So in that case, when WWE is bringing all these people, they're still developmental. Like their stars are competing with the Carmelo Hayeses and Braun Breakers. You know what I mean? And they're kind of beating them in ratings right now. So it's kind of they need to flip the switch over there in AEW when you look at it.
Yeah. Well, you know, bro, here's the bottom line. I guarantee you this. The viewership of the two shows combined will still be the normal viewership. And that's the problem. You're fighting over people that you already have. That is the problem. That is why, bro, to me, everything is all about expanding the casual fan base. That's what it's all about.
Well, that's exactly what we've been trying to tell a lot of people when it comes to the TV, because wrestling is wrestling. Wrestling is not gonna change, right? And it does, and it has changed in a lot of ways, with especially in AEW with all the crazy stuff that they do over there, and referees not knowing where to be and all that. But story is what's gonna sell your product. The story of every angle that you have is what's going to really sell it. So when it comes to the wrestling, what do you think about that when you see specifically the wrestling in AEW, where it's all flips and flips.
Mike,
and
I've said this all along, and your friend Albert was telling me, you were a worker and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, I've said this all along. Okay, but of course, Vince Russo is the old man yelling at the clouds. No, bro, I was saying this when I was 30. In wrestling, bro, when it comes to the wrestling match and the moves, bro, there's only so much you can do. Like, there's a cap to that. And what happens, Mike? Now, once you do something, you got to keep raising the bar and raising the bar and raising the bar. And what are we seeing in AEW? More people getting hurt, more people getting hurt, more people getting hurt.
Yeah.
With stories and characters, Mike, it's endless. It's endless. You can tell a billion stories. You can have a billion characters within those ropes, bro. There is only so much you can do. And the hardcore wrestling fan, once you do that, bro, it's old news. What's the next thing you're going to do?
The biggest example is the Bloodline.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So you keep raising the bar. People keep getting hurt. And guess what, bro? The numbers ain't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, Vince, this has been awesome. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us here at 100% Wrestling Podcast. Tell everybody in Latin America where they can listen to you. We could be able to have them see and go follow you in your podcast. We see you in the charts and Apple Podcasts and whatnot. So let the people know here in Latin America where they can find you, Vince.
Yeah, guys, please check out russosbrand.com, man. I do multiple podcasts every single day, and we've got some of the best in the business. Al Snow. See, now that show I love, bro. We didn't talk about that, but Wrestlers on Netflix, that's the best wrestling show on television.
I just started it.
Okay, and Mike, you know why? Because it's freaking real.
Exactly.
Because it's and my wife can sit there and relate to this show. That's why
that happens.
Yes, bro.
I'm in episode 2. I gotta catch up.
Yeah. So, bro, Al is on my network. Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat, Stevie Riches, the Disco Inferno, EC3, just incredible. We got so many great people, bro. It's under $5 a month, and you get multiple podcasts every week. So just check that out. russosbrand.com.
Well, thank you very much, Vince. Mi gente, gracias por estar aquí con nosotros con el legendario Vince Russo. Dagger out.